Hello, welcome to a new series of video guides on Canvas Learning Management System. In this series, we are going to deep dive into the assessments, namely SpeedGrader, Rubrics, and the Gradebook. I've created another comparison chart of the three tools with regard to tasks that you may want to achieve. I find the assessment tools in Canvas the most exciting to use. They're also challenging as the slightest mistake can be reflected on a student's submission grade. Marking online submissions is mostly done through SpeedGrader, and Rubrics comes second, as it may be used as an optional marking tool. There are overlaps in the functionalities of these two, and for Gradebook, I personally view it as somewhat a calculator and report book of the marks I input in both SpeedGrader and Rubrics. Today, we are going to talk about the SpeedGrader, and by the end of this video, you will be able to mark student online submissions, leave media or written comments, freeform annotate online submissions, and download these annotated submissions, and sort submissions by name, date, or grade or status. I'll show you some cool features of the tool, some pros and cons of using it, challenges or limitations, and a few relevant case scenarios with using the SpeedGrader. All right, let's start. I'm acting as a teacher of a concluded course, so I can go in and show you how to mark a sample submission with the SpeedGrader. If I have submissions to mark, they usually appear as items on my to-do list on the upper right side panel of my dashboard or the lower right side panel of my course. So here in this example, I have 72 online submissions to mark and several resubmissions. I'm going to go ahead and click on the second to-do item, and that will take me to the SpeedGrader tool. This is what the tool interface looks like. You'll see a PDF version of the submission and the student submission details on the right. Here are the useful editing or proofreading features at the top. You have the pointer, the hotspot or drop pin, the highlighter, the text box, the strike through, the drawing pen, and the rectangular marquee tool. All of these buttons can be used to draw attention to specific parts of the document and add corresponding comments to them. The next few seconds will demonstrate just that. I can personalize the colors with which I proofread the document with this color palette on the left corner of the window. In proofreading, I'd use the hotspot or drop pin for pointing out grammar or punctuation errors. The highlighter is also useful for grammar or sentence structure slips. It can also be used for highlighting text that's a bit confusing or that needs more detail or explanation. The text box is effective for adding detailed comments on specific parts of the text. Click anywhere on the document to add a text comment. It's best practice to use one or two specific proofreading tools, such as the highlighter or the marquee. I find the strike through to be very handy when ruling out unnecessary texts. Use the free-form drawing pen to underscore or circle the text you want to draw attention to. You can customize the thickness and color of the pen as well as the rectangular marquee. Inserting comments for each proofread item will help students understand the markings on their paper. When I'm done, I can award a mark and type it in the grade box on the right side. Or I can use a rubric to justify the marks based on several criteria. I will show this in the next video on rubrics. You may also leave a written or media comment for your students to read, watch, or listen to. This makes giving feedback more personalized and meaningful. Here, I'm typing up a general comment on the assignment. This section is found at the bottom of the right side panel. Click Submit to save the comment. Below this field, there are buttons for attaching documents and leaving a video or a voice comment. If you're able to record an impromptu feedback video comment, select the Record Media tab. Check the microphone and webcam settings before you begin recording. Alternatively, if you have pre-recorded media for your students, you can select the Upload Media option and upload the audio or video file from your computer. Turning off the webcam allows you to record just your voice for media feedback. The speech-to-text button will record your voice note and transcribe that into text, which allows accessibility for students who prefer to read your feedback. If I want my students to receive both hard and soft copies of the annotated assignment, I simply download the document. On the upper left corner of the SpeedGrader window, there's a Download Document button you can click on. Canvas converts uploaded files automatically into PDF versions. Here, the students will be able to see both your annotations and comments when they open the file with a PDF reader and hover over the annotated document. If, however, you decide to print the document, only the annotations can be read and the comments may not be visible. Your written comments at the bottom of the panel will also be downloadable. Scroll down and click Download Submissions Comment. Here you will see a separate file with all the comments that you have typed up in that document. And because I didn't hit submit or move to the next student submission, the comment I typed earlier did not save. Make sure you click Submit Comment to save your written feedback. Okay, now I'm deleting all the annotations and comments I had made on this document as this is not my course or my students' work. So I am able to do that by just clicking the trash bin icon for every annotation or comment that I've created. Finally, I'd like to show you how to sort students' online submissions according to name, date of submissions, and grade or status. Next to the name of the assignment is the gear icon. Click this and then Options. You'll see that you may view the submissions alphabetically by date of submission or according to status. That is, if the student has not submitted or hasn't been graded. You also have the option to grade student paper fairly and objectively by hiding their students' names. And that's about it regarding SpeedGrader. Next week, I'll show you how to use the rubric within the SpeedGrader, which is another amazing assessment tool. In this video, I showed you how to use the SpeedGrader on Canvas. The SpeedGrader is useful for marking students' online submissions, whether through annotating or leaving written or media feedback for students to read, watch, or listen to. The SpeedGrader is one of 3 assessment tools in Canvas you can use for immediate feedback on assignment completion. And, like any other LMS feature, it has its own limitations. Here's a link if you want to know more about the SpeedGrader. Thank you for joining me today.